It's just whales. You don't know which direction it's coming from.
It's got to be coming from this way.
Over there. Over tag.
Oh, God. Walking over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's the boat.
Oh!
Oh, my God.
Shut, man.
Okay, so he's going over there.
Bagpipes say, It's not enough light.
Looks like he's drunk. Everyone, give him space.
Keep the children away.
It is time. It is time. It is time.
What time is it?
It's howdy doody. No, it is time for a reading from the Book of St. Strange. In the name of the mash tun, and of the holy liquor tank, and the holy brew kettle. Amen.
Amen.
It is written that in the fullness of the bladder, time, as it was for the brew it is time for the brew rats to congregate like vermin on a festering corpse to uphold the honor, if any, of the sacred brotherhood of the brew rats. Long live their good name. Brew rats, salute!
Hey!
From the ends of the civilized world and well beyond, they came to celebrate good beer and eat good food and to flatulate loudly and often to the great disgust of their neighbors. To Ohio they came, primarily because they have been thrown out of every decent state in the Union, and most of the indecent ones as well. Let us name their names, but not too loudly, because some of them still have outstanding warrants. There is Pivo, who spent most of his time at Ratfest playing with his pickled bologna. And Shu, who passed out on Friday and woke up on Saturday wondering how come he couldn't get the taste of pickled bologna out of his mouth. And Augie, who has been too busy cornholing to come to Fest since 1999. And Jabir, whose beer supply truck will soon be featured in a reality TV show about homebrew hoarding. And his buddy Ron. Ron? Dude, you cannot be a brew rat unless you come up with a better handle than Ron. And there's Esben, who showed up late because he was under the impression that this year's Rat Fest was going to be at Dardanellos. And let us raise up a toast to Christy in memory of the tallest of all possible days, and to recognize her courage in listening to all of the I've done worse stories that drunken rats can come up with. And then there is Madeline Michelle, but mostly to Michelle, who was able to party hardy after Metal was stung by the Green Hornet. And then there's Tony, who really does ride a Harley, although he's as quiet as a goldwing. And ARS, who gave up train porn to come to Fest, and who likes to turn the air conditioner up in his cabin to 15 degrees to freeze the asses off his poor goddamn roommates. Yeah. And then there's Scott Rat, founder of the chat, although the statute of limitations has expired on that. Out of concern for the well-being of his fellow brewers, this year he has brought only light beers to Fest. And then there is Yam and Jackie. And Jackie has had a very good time, but medical authorities have told Yam that they can't do anything for him until the batteries run down. Lab Rat, who seems like a pretty normal guy, until he pulls his reading glasses out of that sex toy. DeBo, who is totally convinced that Ohio State Highway 2 and US Highway 2 in North Dakota are actually the same road. Well, I got here, didn't I? Bull is living proof that the Viking berserkers reached Williston. Mother, we would have written something interesting about him, but the truth is, his beers are much more interesting than he are. Actually, he is preparing a psychological study entitled Brew Rats, Threats to America or Alcoholic Nightmares from Hell. And Piper, whose ass is either a violation of the Geneva Convention on Weapons of Mass Destruction or a new source of energy for the nation. Then there is yours truly, the strange brewer, who I will remind you has not even once had to visit the emergency room. But Fest couldn't, so far. But Fest could not be conducted without this stupidity, the generosity of the rat bitches in Ohio in the year of 2011, whose stupid bitches are Oogie and Brenda, but more on them later. And now for something completely different. It is time now for the spilling of the beer. This is a bloodletting ceremony. And we now make an offering to rid the world of evil, to banish swill, so that righteous beers may live to this day. Bud Light, you have been condemned by a jury of your beers, and of lying to the people by calling yourself the king of beers. If it is true, then the king must die. With this swill I spirl, so that it shall suffer, so no one shall suffer canoe sex again, fucking close to water. And Brew Rats, we commit ourselves to making good beer, so beer of the people, for the people, and by the people shall not perish from the earth.
Quiet hour starts at 11.
And to memorialize this event, we pour this swill on the sacred banner of Ratfest 2011. The holy thong, which will be preserved forever in this offering, in this official Ratfest pint, and shall be sent to be preserved forevermore by the one person who deserves this donation more than any other person on earth, Chumley. Somebody cooking fish?
Let's see them.
Enjoy in good health, Chumley. I ain't touching it.
He's got a ball. Truly a god.
And now that the dirty, nasty business of Fest is completed, it is time to get really insulting. Oogie and Brenda, front and center.
You're screwed.
Too late.
More than you think.
Turn and face me, because I'm the one handing you this stuff. As the official Ratfest bitches of 2011, you have put up with a mountain of bullshit to make this fest a success, and to show our appreciation and an appropriate trophy has been established. Commemorate your most ridiculous, conscientious efforts. It is with great flatulence, reverence, that I have last year's bitch Piper present this year's Ratfest bitch traveling trophy to Oogie Wawa and Brenda to have and to hold for this day forward until you in your turn pass it off to another silly fool, brave soul. Ratfest during wherever it may be, Ratfest 2012. You may enjoy it in good health and drunkenness. This concludes the reading of the Book of St. Strange. Remember always our fallen brothers, in the name of the hopback, the secondary fermenter, and the holy brew mash, beer without end, amen. The reading is ended. Drink in peace.